All right, welcome. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're not just going to create something new, we're going to listen. We're about to step into a place where your own ideas can actually whisper back to you, showing you all these connections you probably never even knew were there. So, let's get into it. I just love this quote from this character, Zoran the Dragon. It just flips the whole idea of treasure on its head, you know? Forget gold. The real prize, the real hoard, is the collection of patterns, that hidden architecture inside your own creative work. So think of yourself as a hatchling, and you're just stepping into this whispering chamber. And look, this isn't about learning some complicated new tool. It's about learning to hear the echoes and feel the rhythms that are already there in all the stuff you make. It's really a journey to discover what's already inside you. And here's our guide on this journey. The whole idea we're exploring is that AI can be this really unique kind of mirror. It's not just about spitting out new things. It helps us look back at our own work with, brand new eyes. It's the thing that whispers, hey, look again. It's pointing out what's been hiding in plain sight the whole time. Okay, so how do we take this cool idea and turn it into an actual skill, an art form, even? Well, that brings us right to the main event of this whole explainer. What in the world is pattern whispering? So here it is, the official definition. It's basically the art of using AI to become an archaeologist of your own creativity. You're not just looking at one piece at a time. You're digging deeper to find those invisible threads that tie everything you do together. And this is where it gets really practical, right? We're talking about spotting that you have this go-to color palette you didn't even realize, or that your stories keep coming back to a certain theme over and over again. It's about seeing the emotional heartbeat of your work, and maybe even getting a few suggestions for where you could take things next, all based on the path you've already laid down. And this isn't just some artsy, abstract concept. People who study this stuff in places like Embracing Creativity or Latin Amarte, they point out that AI can process so much information at once that it sees connections our own brains we might just miss them. And that right there, that's a huge source for new inspiration. Man, this little bit of poetry from Zoran just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's that aha moment. That feeling you get when the tool points out some truth about your own work that was there all along, but you were just too close to it to see. It perfectly illustrates that subtle power we're talking about. Okay, so theory is great, but how do we actually do this? We're shifting gears now from the what to the how. The source material calls this the Dragon Trial, and it's basically a practical ritual you can use to make all these ideas real for yourself. This 5-step process is pretty much a roadmap. First, you gather up your work, a few stories, some designs, whatever you've got. Then you ask an AI to compare them and just find what repeats. Step 3, you ask it to actually analyze your style, your words, your moods. Step 4, you ask it for suggestions. But step 5, this last one, is absolutely the most important. You have to reflect. This is where you decide what these patterns really mean to you. And that really begs the question, doesn't it? If you actually did this ritual with your own projects, what echoes would you find? What secret signatures of your own creativity are just sitting there, waiting for you to notice them? All right, as we start to wrap this up, let's get to the heart of it, the real why behind this whole thing. Because it's not just about analyzing data, it's really about memory and identity. It's so easy to fall into this trap, right? To think the AI is inventing these patterns, that it's making them up. But that's the fiction. The truth is, it's just helping you remember what you've already put out into the world. It's just a mirror showing you your own unique voice. And with that, we come full circle. Just like Zoran the Dragon says, the trial is complete. By going through this, you've learned to listen for the whisper, you've spotted the echoes, and you've finally been able to see that distinct rhythm that makes your creative work yours. So if all your work is like a sky full of stars and the patterns are the lines connecting them, well, that makes a constellation. And the only question left to ask is, what are you going to name it?